My name is Jack Turner, and I've learned something about patience. If you give people enough space, they'll create their own problems. The marina at Silver Creek wasn't complicated. One main dock, 2 side extensions, and a section that sat just outside HOA control, even though they pretended it didn't. That's where my boat stayed. Nothing flashy, nothing loud. Just a clean, well-maintained vessel tied to a post most people ignored. Except Karen Whitfield. Because people like her don't ignore things. They categorize them, control them. And if they can't, they try anyway. The first notice showed up on a Tuesday, bright orange tag tied to the rail. Unauthorized vessel subject to removal. I looked at it for a moment, then untied it, folded it, put it in my pocket. Because responding too early ends the story too soon. The second notice came the next day. More aggressive. Final warning, towing authorized. That word stood out. Authorized because authority is only real when it exists. Karen didn't check that. People like her rarely do. They assume, an assumption is where mistakes begin. I didn't move the boat, didn't argue, didn't respond, because sometimes the best move is no move at all. I just documented everything. Photos of the tags, dates, times, witnesses, clear record. Because once something crosses a line, you need proof. 2 days later, she showed up in person, walking down the dock with marina contractor's clipboard in hand, voice steady, confident. "This one gets removed today," she said. They nodded. Didn't question, because confidence. It looks like authority to people who don't check. I stayed back, watching, because this wasn't the moment to step in. This was the moment to let it happen. She pointed at my boat again. "Go ahead." And just like that, they started the process. Lines untied, engine secured, tow rig connected. I didn't stop them, didn't interrupt, didn't even move, because sometimes the strongest position is letting someone prove they're wrong. The boat left the dock slowly, pulled out into the water, gone within minutes. Karen stood there satisfied, like something had been corrected, like control had been restored. That was her mistake, because she thought the story ended there. It didn't. It just started. I made one call, not to the HOA, not to Karen, to the Marina Authority. Then another, to the towing company's licensing office. Then another, 2 county records. Because when something like that happens, it doesn't stay local, it expands. The first response came within hours. Request for documentation, ownership verification, tow authorization, all standard, all routine, and all missing from Karen's side, because she didn't have it, couldn't have it. It didn't exist. The second response came the next day. Formal inquiry into unauthorized removal of private property. Now it wasn't just a mistake. It was a case, structured, reviewed, documented. The towing company tried to explain, tried to justify, but justification doesn't replace authorization. And without authorization, everything falls apart fast. Karen got the notice 2 days later. Clear. Requesting explanation for directing removal of property outside HOA jurisdiction. She didn't expect that. Didn't understand it at first, because in her world, she had always been the one asking questions. Now she was the one answering them, and answers. Need proof. The HOA got involved. Emergency meeting, closed doors, residents confused. It was about liability, and liability spreads. Every decision she made was reviewed. Every instruction questioned, every assumption examined, and one by one they collapsed. Because none of it was backed by authority. None of it had legal standing. It was all based on one thing, belief. And belief isn't enough. The hearing came quickly, because cases like that don't sit around. Karen walked in confident at first. Same posture, same tone, same belief that she could control the outcome. I walked in with a folder, thick, organized, complete, because facts take space. The panel reviewed everything. Timeline, photos, notices, towing records, lack of authorization. Clear, undeniable. Then came the key question. Was this vessel under HOA jurisdiction? Karen answered immediately. Yes. I didn't say anything. I just slid the document forward. Marina boundary map. Stamped, recorded. The section where my boat had been. Outside HOA control. Completely, the room went quiet. Because now, everything changed. The tow unauthorized, the removal improper, the instruction invalid. Karen tried to explain, tried to reframe, tried to minimize. But facts don't shrink, they expand. Especially when they're written down. The decision was simple, clear, final. All HOA actions related to the tow. Invalid, liability assigned, damages calculated, and the number wasn't small. Because mistakes like that carry weight by the time it was done. The total hit hard enough to matter, not just financially but structurally. Because now the HOA had to answer for it. Not just Karen. The board acted quickly, because they had to. She stepped down within days. No announcement, just gone. Same pattern, different mistake. As for the boat, it came back. Same condition, same place, like it never left. But the situation around it changed completely. No more tags, no more notices, no more assumptions. Because now, everything was clear, documented, understood. And every time I walked down that dock, I remember something simple. Karen thought she was removing a problem, but what she really did was move the situation into a place. where her control didn't exist, and once it reached that point, there was no pulling it back.